Welcome to our world-renowned podcast, Invest in Her. I'm your host, Catherine Gray. I'm a TEDx and keynote speaker and author. Also, I'm executive producer of the movie Show Her the Money. Plus, founder of She Angel Investors and co-founder of the She Angels Foundation. Our weekly show features interviews with powerhouse women founders, funders, and change makers that are sure to inspire you. Let's go. Welcome to this week's edition of Invest in Her. I'm your host, Catherine Gray, founder of She Angel Investors and co-founder of the She Angels Foundation. And as most of you know, executive producer of Show Her the Money. And that's what we're going to talk about today, showing our guests the money. She has a new technology out there, and we're going to talk about that. I want to welcome to the show the founder and CEO of Upend Now, which is a transformative AI platform for creatives. Welcome to the show, Archita Mandal. How are you? Great to have
Hi.
you, Archita.
Hi, Catherine. Thank you for having me on the show. And what a cool concept. And it's a pleasure being here.
Thank you. Well, gosh, you're coming up with something really interesting here. And I know you're a technologist. This is your background, but also, and I love this because we're very much alike in this respect, you're also an award-winning, director, writer, producer of films in all kinds of genres. I was reading drama, sci-fi, horror, music, and social commentary. So that's quite the mix.
Absolutely. I think once you're a storyteller and you have the DNA of an artist, can't escape. A lot of it is intellectual curiosity and over the years wanting to hone the craft. So, I went all in.
Yeah. So I'm excited to talk about your new technology, Upend Now. Am I saying it right?
It's upend now, like as an
Upend
upending.
Now.
But
Upend
yeah, I mean
Now.
that's another way to say it. I just realized.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. Okay. Well, however we say it, it's a transformative AI platform for creatives. What made you decide to create this? Was it like you were thinking, uh, this AI needs to be used to help creatives, right?
Right. So, I mean, if I can give you a little bit of the backstory as fast as possible so we can get to the now part of it. In 2019, December, I left my corporate job after 17 years of working in cloud security under product management and engineering, leading content strategy, tech com. I worked as a product manager as well. Um, and and I was wanting to kind of get out of that and become a full-time filmmaker. That was the plan. And then COVID happened. I was working on a pediatric brain cancer documentary. It was very hard to get access to terminally ill kids. That kind of, and I still want to go back to it someday. But then, I started getting into social impact production. And I mean, the TV and network and entertainment media world completely halted right during COVID. And so, but I still managed to, after the first round of vaccinations, I still executive produced a bunch of documentaries that kind of changed the way I think of the system around me. And I took a deeper look at nonfiction storytelling. And that's how Upend Now started. I wanted to create a social media platform bypassing the gatekeepers for nonfiction storytellers. And while I was doing that research, it took me a year. I realized it's not very easy to monetize it. And then we pivoted to a service marketplace model. I spoke to the investors. They said it's very hard for a first time founder to establish a marketplace. It takes years of lots of money pumped into the system and this and that. And, you need to know your whereabouts. And so I was a brand ambassador around the same time that I pivoted to the second model and we were prototyping it. And for our AR/VR company up in Seattle, they wanted to launch uh, um, a video in CES And I was conceptualizing it. That's exactly when I thought of the current model of what Upend Now then became. That the creatives and the technologists, when they talk in artistic language, there's a lot of discordance sometimes, like because one is not able to get the other point of view. And I'm like, wait a minute, the real pain point is idealizing, ideation and conceptualization and pre-visualization. Wish I could solve this. So everything started with a creative brief. I was sitting down with a bunch of engineers trying to figure out the algorithms to actually get this together. And that's exactly when Gen AI dropped. So I wasn't looking to utilize AI because I was like, wow, this can change it. I actually thought that there was a timeless problem that pre existed Gen AI, and it was
And
the
let me just wrap
perfect
up
solver.
kind of what you're saying. So you're saying the technology people aren't entertainment people, and the entertainment people aren't technology people, but you can use film and entertainment to help people understand technology. And so you created a technology that technology people could understand and utilize to create their
Yes.
creative content. Is that kind of it?
Absolutely, absolutely. And creatives can use it to iterate fast, and there's a decrease in time to market and decrease in costs by around, more than 75%, but we measured it 90% with the visualization co-pilots that we have built. And that's when the journey began. Then I soon became an entrepreneur in residence with NECX, which is a venture incubator accelerator for NEC, which is a very big Japanese company, well known, backed by SoftBank, and went through months of customer validation with them. And soon enough realized there's a market. And that's when we started building, and we just became commercially available as of last Thursday,
I
one
love
week.
that. And, I tell technology companies all the time, you need a video that explains exactly how your technology works to lay people, like CEOs of companies
Yes.
that would actually utilize it. But technologists, as you know, are not creative people. And so I love what you're doing with Upend now, because I went through the process and I saw that, what you do is just have them answer questions. Who is this for? What's your demographic? What are the sectors? Any type of question they could answer. And then your technology formulates it into generating everything from a storyboard to a script to the full process of what needs to be filmed in order to create their creative product that then explains to lay people about how it works. So I think it's
Right.
really ingenious,
Right.
and I think you've got a great market
Thank you.
there. So you're going to get this out to like technology companies and all types of businesses to utilize to help make it easier and make sure that the videos are actually speaking to their demographic that they're trying to target, without having to be a creative themselves, right?
Right. I look at it. So the techies can use it as for that, like startup founders who are limited by advertising budget, right? Because videos can cost a ton of money, depending on the quality you're going for. And and at the same time, production houses are constantly spinning for clients briefs, storyboard, script. Our script is editable, so we only use AI for guidance, brainstorming, and if somebody really wants to make something quick digitally, absolutely. But the idea is you can upload your own script and start even from there. And we're able to analyze and remember what you've said before. So we bring those elements as a suggestion to the script, and then you're able to generate shortlist. And everything is shortlist based in the way our product is designed. It is not a prompt based company. The prompting is happening in the background without you having to worry about it.
I love it. So you're really bringing left brain and right brain people
Yes.
together through your transformative AI platform. I love that. And let's talk a little bit about your background because you have a tremendous background in all this. I see you were a Stanford lead. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I was at a point in my life at the time when I did join that program. It's a 1 year executive education and corporate in corporate innovation. I was climbing the ladder, and, at work. I worked for F5 Networks, which is a Seattle-based secure cloud security company, and the security division was in San Jose in Bay Area. And I was reporting to the head there, senior VP, and I felt the need to vertically accelerate and kind of put myself out there, gain more knowledge about what's going on in corporate innovation, and that's how that program happened. And I finished that program. I was itching to now make a movie. And then I made a movie, and that I got distributed to Amazon Prime. It's been a crazy journey, but that program was very effective and forced me to get out there and put myself back again into the academic track, which I think just kind of eased some of my ideas, and it was more fluid what I wanted to do next. So I think that was an amazing period. I really enjoyed it.
And then I see too, you were a speaker at F5 Networks, which was a Grace Hopper celebration. And this is the largest gathering of women in tech. You were
Yes.
a speaker at that. And the Grace Hopper celebration, that must have been really cool to be at. Let's tell everyone that's listening who Grace Hopper is in case they don't know.
A technologist, and this is the largest convention in technology for women out there. I think every year it attracts more than 7,000 women from around the world.
Yeah, and
And
I think she was noted as being like the first person to help create programming, right?
yes, absolutely.
And
Yes.
it
And
was
and
a
and
woman.
and
Yeah.
STEM. Yeah, STEM related was a big proponent for women in STEM. And yeah, I was nominated to a team, and we had applied with a thesis, and we got in. There were two people from Workday, one from Adobe, and then there was me, and I was the first speaker from F5 Networks, and to be out there, one of the 75 speakers. So that was a very prestigious moment for the company, and obviously in my career, it was such a wonderful experience to see such smart women, hear them out in their journeys in navigating through STEM and navigating through the corporate ladder.
And where you and I align is I'm a big believer that it is film and television that help change culture by raising awareness. I know you're working on a couple of social commentary documentaries. Do you want to tell us about those?
Absolutely. And the sad part is it's still in post production, almost done. I have to push it further. The first one was about incarcerated um, people fighting the wildfire in California.
Mm.
And so we put a team out there which went to Napa. We're trying to weave a story out of it, of fire victims, and then talking to people who just came out of jail, and they were, uh, you know, um, uh, fighting the California fires while they were in jail, and the whole system, how there's a conversation around it, and of course there's a prop passed very soon after that, and the incarcerated people were compensated more then, because I think it used to be like 18 cents per hour just to put their life out there, right? And that just seemed a little, we wanted to hear them out. I mean, it was a journalistic, investigative reporting kind of point of view. Sometimes you don't make judgments, you just ask and you find out and you let people know what the system is
Yeah,
all about.
films raise awareness. It sounds like
Yes.
you all raised some awareness and it helped change things.
Yeah. So we, I mean, actually, the team of filmmakers, I mean, I was an executive producer. The director really did a great job in letting the mayor of Napa know that a lot of these misplaced victims, victims of fire, they were, going around in their RVs from park to park. And, and they were asked to move, although Napa was saying that we're accommodating. But actually, when the laws are passed and the way tactically it's implemented on the land, it's two different things. So the filmmakers actually wrote a letter to the mayor, and he honorably, listened and actually changed the system. So I saw it at such a small level. Changes happen because of pushing the barrier and what filmmakers can actually do. That was just so powerful to witness that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Film's really powerful in telling stories that otherwise would not have been told, right? I know
Yes.
I'm helping another filmmaker with their film about the Altadena fires. And we're doing a Cagney and Lacey reunion fundraiser for that film, September 17th. And we've got to get behind telling these stories about these
Yes.
fires, why they happened, how they could be prevented,
Yes.
and who it affected and how. Altadena entire community was wiped out, and it has such a fascinating history, that particular city. If people look it up, you can Google it. It's really an extraordinary city that has a lot of interesting history, and hopefully they'll be rebuilding it. But yeah, I'm a big believer in film and television is what helps tell stories that otherwise wouldn't be told, and it helps raise awareness and educate people about things they otherwise wouldn't know about. So, big fan of the documentary market, of course. Um, so, anything else that you'd like to share with us? How do we get a hold of you? How does somebody learn about Upend now for their own business? Let's talk about how to find you.
Sure. We're a team of 5 people. We have a head of GTM partnerships and growth. We have a head of business development, Arti, who introduced me to you, and is also a film producer. We have a head of content, and I have some assistants in product management, and it's me. So we're a team of 5, always eager to learn from our customers and answer any questions. upandnow.com is the website. So if you go there, there's a contact us email ID and sign up. And if you can ping us that, I want some extra credits just to try out the system, would be happy to do that as well.
Yeah,
So you can
yeah.
try it out
You'll send a link.
and see if it works for you.
Yeah, you'll send a link and they can check it out.
Yes, absolutely.
Archita, you're also on LinkedIn, I take it?
Yes, absolutely. I
And
am very
for those
engaged.
just for those just listening in, we're going to spell your name. It's Archita, Archita, and then Mandal.
You got
You
it.
can also, of course, find me, Catherine Gray, on LinkedIn, Catherine with a C and Gray with an A. We also have 2 websites. Of course, our movie, showherthemoneymovie.com, about how women are underfunded and how we're going to fix that soon and how you can be a part of that movement. And then also, we have a lot of resources on our She Angel Investors with an S, sheangelinvestors.com also. So, Archita, thank you so much for being a great guest, and love what
Thank
you're
you so
doing
much.
to change up the game and help technologists be able to easily create their video content so that people will understand what they're doing and how revolutionary it is, just like your technology is so revolutionary. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Catherine, for your time. And it was great conversation. Loved it.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Make it a great week. Take care.